Hey guys, Circa here, and welcome back to Expeditions Vikings. We just got our asses handed to us, our clan, village, whatever, plundered by Norwegian raiders, and yeah, everything just kind of sucks right now, and I feel bad. I'm not a good leader. I have failed. I have failed my clan as the new Thane. I want to talk to my men about this. But alright. Zoom out a little bit, see what's going on. Let's talk to Kveldir, Wolfir. So you beat Eslafir, did you? That's impressive. I must admit I thought he'd win. But I'm just glad to see you're both alive and well. And is everything well with you in the smithy? Depending on what you need me to do, yes, I have everything I need to make carving knives, repair bristles, or fix slave collars. If you need weapons or armor, you'll have to find a better equipped smith. Old Hanar and Ribe has a fine smithy. You should be able to handle any requests you might have. Can you make weapons or armor if you get the equipment you need? I could. It's not my skill that holds me back, it's the tools. Can you repair my stuff? I'm sure I know how this works. How much gold do we even have? None. We have 0. We have 0. Nothing. So how about this weather? Frost has lasted very long this year. This time last year, the snowdrops had already started sprouting. At least the forage keeps me warm, so my work isn't impaired much. Okay, well, we can't afford shit, so we're just gonna have to go to Katil's house. Oh, I feel bad. Ragnarvolder Ferrelson. The raider's not looking good. He writhes in delirium on a blood-soaked hide in the front of the hearth, weakly clutching his stomach where one of Sigrid's arrows protrude from a jagged wound. He does at least have the presence of mind to turn and look at you when you enter his peripheral vision. One look at the wound makes one thing clear. He's not going to make it. His voice is raspy and trembling, but he's fighting hard to hide the fear behind his words. Who are you? My name is Aramis Sarcaster. I'm the Thane of this village. He tries to sit up a little bit, but winces and grunts as the arrowhead scrapes against his intestines. Please grant me a quick death. I'll tell you whatever you want. Why'd you attack us? Our defenses were weak. Rumor has it you have much to plunder. Well, I mean, you're kind of right. We had 3 people at the very most, by themselves defending the north side and the south side, and nobody on the east side. And that's not including me. Your defenses were weak. Rumor has it you have much to plunder. Why were the beacons not lit? We had to deal with the other Thane, your neighbor, to the north. He told his watchmen not to light their beacons if they saw our sail. Those fuckers. He came to us on Urniki Jar to partake in our raids. He struck a deal with Gunnar. Put you up to this? Skull is behind this. I can't believe it. Norse's voice is starting to fade. We should have stayed on Urniki Jar. We had a good thing going there, and Painted Ones couldn't have kept us at bay for long. But Gunnar was convinced it would be more profitable to raid here instead. The Painted Ones. People in the north, on the islands across the sea, they paint themselves for war, fighting a kingdom to the south, but we've never reached that far down. Tears well up in the raider's eyes despite his clear efforts to maintain a dignified demeanor. Please, I can't bear it any longer. End it. What were the terms of your deal with Skull? Where is he now? Sailing home to Kaupang, At least that was the plan from there. Maybe back to Onekiar to rejoin our brothers. Alright, he gets his quick death. He reaches up and grabs weakly at your wrist. Thank you, thank you. Kill him. You produce your knife and drive it directly into his heart. He sputters violently and a light shower of bloody spittle. Bloody spittle lands on your face. His left hand grabs weakly at your wrist, and his grip loosens and his arms fall limp. Well, he earned it. My heart's in my stomach. I should have seen the connection. Yeah, Thrall Thane Skull mentioned his ties to carve at the feast. And here's a group of Northmen attacking us out of the blue. What does he stand to gain from this? Do you believe he's really been to the Isles across the sea and Gunnar as well? Could be. He said they crossed the far to the north and found only tribes, but if the stories of larger kingdoms to the south are true, perhaps that's where Jorah Sarcaster went. None of that matters. Let's keep our thoughts on the fact that Skull indirectly attacked our clan. We should take this to Estradir and hear what she thinks. Right, she knows Skull a lot better than we do. Okay. She should be over here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Well, where is she? Oh, past her. Over here. Into the house. Talk to Mama, I think. Mama! I need to know. Is that Mama? I don't know. The man talk, what'd you find out? Our neighbors are conspiring to weaken us. Who is behind this? The Northmen have started settling the Isles across the sea. A Skull meant the raiders there convinced them we were easy pickings. And we were. This raid was our own fault. Our defenses were inadequate. We deal with that later. If Skull is acting against us, do you know what that means? He'll try to get control of our clan from Sigurd at the next Owl thing. That must be his ultimate plan, yes. This gives him almost a year to weaken us further in the eyes of the king, and nobody will help us against him. As she speaks, Estradir counts on her fingers. He holds great favor with the king, so we can't expect no political protection. Further, Yelling is a large territory with many fine warriors, so we can't possibly face him in battle. Third, he all but controls trade with Kalpang, a route so profitable as to rival the trade from Saxony through Ride. Jeez. We have almost a year until the next Eighthling. There must be something we can do. I resist. We're already subjects of King Sigurd's Skull. Would just be another link to the chain that binds us. Don't talk like that. Sigurd only asks that we maintain a warship and a crew. He collects no taxes and doesn't interfere with our affairs. We cross the sea and plunder that unprotected coast I've heard so much about. We must seek political allies elsewhere, the Great Kingdom across the sea. With their support, we might resist these attempts to subjugate us. I don't know. Plunder, like real Vikings. Seek political allies. Or I don't want to make allies of the Great Kingdom. I feel like that's the English. We need to build our own trade routes. I think so. I'm gonna go with trade routes. Everyone stops to consider the implications. Dark looks are exchanged heavy with doubts and worry, but nobody appears to be able to come up with a compelling alternative. Finally, your mother sighs. I see no other option. Your first act as Thane will be to leave your clan just like your father. Nifia rolls her eyes so hard at Azelith's Elslefir. You can almost hear them strain in their sockets. Do you have anything to contribute other than more complaints about your Starcaster? Do you have any rebuttal to offer better than... Nuh-uh. I know you're sworn to serve Aramis Starcaster, but if you're so afraid to leave, I'm sure you can convince your thing to let you stay. Cross arms to persuade immensely. I'll follow if so ordered. In fact, I'll be glad to go. However, our duties lie here with the clan. There won't be a clan much longer if you don't do something to counter Skull. To think about the glory you might find across the sea, the treasure, the battles. We're going to save our clan. I may not agree with your decision, but I respect your reasoning. I'm with you. We must begin to make preparations immediately. We have 2 months until spring. You know, the new ship and a real herd to crew it. Our scrolls alone won't be enough. We need cargo to trade. If trade is what we're planning, we should bring trade goods, but what little wealth Father left us was spent on the feast. There are a few fighting men left in the clan. Okay. Well, that's Torfin, if he's up to the task of building a longship. If I know Torfin at all, he's been dreaming of such a task for a long time. There are a few fighting men left in the clan. We must leave some to protect the village. You'll need at least a crew of 10 for a longship. If you take my advice on this, go to the market and arrive and make your plans public. Many have heard the stories of a bountiful coast. You should find no shortage of volunteers. We should bring trade goods, but little wealth Father left us was spent on the feast. I have an idea for that. Nevia rubs the bridge of her nose. I'm sure I know what you're going to suggest. Remember, Edis told us about the ancient grave on Funane, where they say a king and a queen were buried with all their wealth. I knew it. Okay, she's excited. He's excited. Should I be excited? We're going to be grave robbers. That's not something to be excited about. Sell the loot and fill the whole ship with cargo. If that story were true, the grave would have been robbed generations ago. Let's at least talk to Edith about it and ask what she thinks. It's worth looking into. Your greedy followers have gained morale. It does sound whimsical, but Edith is wise and well-grounded. Talking to her wouldn't hurt. I start pulling some strings so we can learn more about Skull's activities and plans. I'll hate to see you leave, but I know you'll do your father proud. Your brother and I will watch over the clan in your absence. I want to train my brother to be a fighter. I want to see what he thinks. Reach with a smile as always. He looks like he could be a pretty good fighter. He has the face of a fighter. How's it going, brother? Hold your gaze for a moment, and he lets out a long breath. I said I acted correctly, but it just doesn't feel that way. I remember that failure whenever my mind is idle. I can't help it. I keep reliving the helplessness I felt. Reliving. I see the way the others look at me. They say nothing, but they think I'm weak, unmanly. They're right. A man who can't protect his family is no man at all. And become a man. I've always been here to protect you when Jorah Starcaster was away. When Dad was away. Now you must learn to protect Mother when I leave. I'm no warrior. You always took it so easily. Watching you and Nefia train, it's like a dance. That's why you're the Thane instead of me. Nobody is born to fight. It's something we learn out of necessity. Stop sitting on your hands and wallowing in self-pity. Pick up a sword and train. Or should we make him smart? I think I'm going to go with the bold and decisive way. He looks up from his feet. See, we're not all that... well, we're bright, but we're not, like, entirely bright. We have no perception. But he needs to be the one that picks up that. He needs to have the perception that we don't have. He looks up from his feet, his eyes searching. There's something in your face, then his chin rises as though raised by an invisible hand. That's what Father never realized, isn't it? He always saw the physical weakness in people, but there are other kinds of strengths. I've been looking at this all wrong. Thank you, little brother. I'll think on this. I think you need to do both. You still need to train. Can I talk to him again? course, if you can spare a moment from your preparations, you should talk to Bjorgis. Ifura has been getting worse, it seems. Alright, we'll do it now. The frail one. The sister that's sick. I'm still standing.
I heard you're leaving. I want to join you.
The witch's apprentice accosts you outside your longhouse. Why do you wish to join? She scratches her wrist. Yes, you do need a reason. It's time to leave. I owe a lot to Hulda, but I've learned all I can from her, and I still don't know enough. I hear it's a big world out there. You'll have to contribute. Well, do you think there's a small chance some of you might get hurt on this really dangerous trip? You know these herbs aren't just for making people sick, right? Speak plainly. No. Ask her the question. Of course, that's what witches do, you know? Alright, we'll take her. Need a healer. I don't like having a witch. I feel like it's bad luck. He smiles in his proper smile for once, showing teeth and everything. Thank you. I'll find someone to take care of Hulda while we're gone. I'm not bringing anybody else. She is not a fighter. I need to... Quest log. The frail one. Visit Bjordis and inquire about our daughter's health. Is it there? I think it's here. Edis. No, that's the person we're asking about the story, damn it. Well, shit. Benedict is next to her farmhouse, holding her headless hen in one hand and a knife in the other. The ground around her covered in feathers.
Ho there! What brings you kids out here? Don't tell me Ranvai's sow chose this moment to give birth.
Just in the middle of plucking a hen for dinner, and I'd like to get it done before nightfall. What is this visit about, if not the sow? I wanted to ask you something about stories you told when you were children. Do you need to know? You told us of a gravesite in a hill once where an ancient king was buried with all his treasure. You recognize the gleam in Edis's eyes from your childhood. That story, yes. It said the tomb was protected by dwarves or elves or other such underground creatures that horrible vengeance would befall anyone who dared to breach its sanctity. You know if the tomb is real? Seen it myself. Traveled there with Olvaldir. I want to know how to pronounce these names. When we had just been married on our way here to start our family. Spent a night in the small hamlet at the base of the hill where I heard of the treasure and the creatures that protected it. Why are you asking me about this now? I'm preparing an expedition. I need the treasures that I can trade for supplies. Where goes the journey? The isles across the sea. The stories tell of unprotected coasts and great riches. I now have additional questions. I'm gonna finally puts down the chicken. Wipes her hands on her apron. Tell you what, let me come with you to the grave. Be easier if I simply show you the way. What about your sons? They're old enough to look after the farm in my absence, and they've gotten their aunt and granduncle to help them. If there's trouble, do you know how to defend yourself? I have a little training, if that's what you mean, but I am no old, frail old lady. Alright, I'll take you. I said I wouldn't take anyone else this week, but, shit. Olverdir left a hamlet and a shield for his sons, but they fit me just as well. I'll bring an axe. Think that'll cover it. Shit. Okay. One more. Last one. This is the last frail person I'm going to bring with us. She may not be frail. Great. Meet you at the edge of the village when it's time to leave. For now, though, Billy must finish this hen. I'll take her. Need another person with a shield anyways. quest log. I wonder, how do I track? Track this one. And it's there. Oh, so his nephew's home. Oh, no. They should be running right down the center of the road. Okay, there they go. We need some money. I mean, we just lost it all. Nephew's mother, Bjorgis, comes out of the bedroom. She hears the door open. She looks tired. Oh, Aramis, did nephew ask you to come? Just wanted to see how you and Ifura were doing. Very kind of you. Ifura is a little better today, I think, but she's still very sick. With all this trouble we've had lately, nobody has had time to go out and get her more medicine for her. Where'd you normally get her medicine? The Gaida and Ribe knows how to treat this disease. We've tried a concoction made by her before, and it seemed to help. She buries her face in her hands, and her voice breaks out. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. What sickness ails your daughter? Terrible deep cough, a slight but constant fever. Poor girl has been bedridden for weeks. Is there nothing Hulda can do? She does her best when her mind is with her. Hulda is wise, but she is limited by her age. I'm headed there soon. I'll bring back some medicine. We would be in your debt if you can manage it. Okay, let's talk. Several layers of pelt. She rolls over to face you and sits up groggily when she sees who you are. She manages a rather pale smile. Aramis Starcaster, are you here to check up on me? That's sweet of you. You should be more like your sister. That's so fucking rude! How are you feeling? As if on cue, she breaks into a raw, painful cough. It takes her more than a minute to recover. I've been better, but I'm still alive. His voice is soft and full of concern. You better stay that way, little rabbit. I'll be very angry with you otherwise. They're complete opposites. Gives off a weird cough and giggle. Are you trying to terrify me into getting well? Come here, you. Oh, they are! They look like opposites. They're complete opposites. Sounds like she's dozing off. That's very kind of you. I know she'd go herself, but there's no one else to look after me. Yeah, Mom needs to stay here and take care of you. We'll handle it. Jeez. Gotta take care of our clan. Oh, guys. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Okay, what else is there to do here? Let's track the other quests. Let's track the rest of them. Okay, that we're going to Ribe. Talk to Torfin about building in the longship. Okay, that's what we're doing next. He's over there. Over here. There he is. Torfin in his shop teaching one of the boys of the village the proper use of an ADZE, whatever that is. They appear to be working on an ore. Oh, he looks pretty jolly, doesn't he? As he enters the workshop, he holds up hand in greeting. Good work, kid. Just keep at it like that until this side is done. I have to talk to the Thane. I'll be right back. He stretches his back and comes over to shake your hand. I'm glad you and your friends made it out of the raid. Those damn Northmen made off with my wife's jewelry. Can you believe it? What are you working on? I have a lot of work now, fixing and replacing all the things that were broken and stolen during the raid. Right now, I'm showing a little kid how to make a new ore for his father after the old man broke it across the back of a raider. Oh, ain't that funny. How much damage we suffer. It seems like those bastards managed to start a lot of fires and kick in quite a lot of doors. Cavildir for fear. Veldefil. Is working on some replacement locks, so I'll be busy installing new doors when he's done. I'm sure you're not just here to check up on the repair work, though, are you? I'm mounting an expedition. I need a new longship. He claps his hands together and flashes you a wide grin. Oh, my dear man. I have been waiting for you to come to me with this task since your father's ship went with him into the afterlife. My master built that ship when I was just a young boy. I've always dreamt of completing such a project myself. That was a glorious vessel in its day, fast and durable, but I think I can build on that design and surpass my old master. What type of ship will you make? It'll be a Snecka, like your father's ship, a thin warship with a shallow keel, but I'll put 24 rowing benches so there's room for both your herd and some thralls. Smiles. Very good. I'll make sure to leave plenty of room for cargo. Of course, it will still need to be built as a warship. The position of our village gives us certain obligations, as I'm sure you're well aware. What do you need? Well, timber first and foremost. You'll need to use a tree that I will use to form the keel and the stem and the hull. Our nearby forest has several grand old trees that would make for a fine ship. Jeez. If you wanted me to undertake this project, I will meet you in the forest to help you choose a suitable tree. If I start immediately, I should be able to have your ship ready by late spring. What kinds of woods are you looking for? Strokes his beard. Let's see. Oak is the most common. It's heavy and durable timber that will make for an intimidating vessel. Elm is a little lighter and more flexible. Could be used to make a slightly broader ship to haul a lot of cargo. Or perhaps spruce would be a good choice. It's a lighter material that would produce a fast ship. I will pick particular types of lumber for different parts of the ship to ensure that every component is made with the best possible wood, but the principal material have a great influence on the qualities of the finished vessel. We'll need sails soon. I'll ask Dag Hyder and her girls what they can do. I'll need some new tools. My master's tool set is worn by age and shamefully outdated. Torfinn's attention seems to slip off into the distance. Her husband, Veldul, should be happy to help me with that. I need to produce a steering oar and some sort of anchor. He notices your apprehensive look at this growing list of errands. Oh, this is nothing you need to worry about. I'll make all the arrangements. Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like a lot of fucking work. It is a lot of work, but I didn't want to be the one doing it. Oh, this all sounds good. I can't wait to see what ship you can do. This had better be a... Oh, of course. I'll ask your brother Rurik to help me with some engravings. I am no artist, but with his help, this will be a beautiful ship. Meet me in the forest near your uncle's house when you have the time. We'll pick out some timber and get started. Plant at least 3 different types of trees. Circa walks up to you in a brisk pace and stops abruptly at a respectful distance. Aramis Sarkis, I found something you may need to deal with. What's going on? As she spends most of her days roaming the countryside, Sigurdir tends to know what's happening in your lands better than anyone else. I've come across a group of travelers camping out in the forest. I can't tell if they're armed, so I thought I'd better stay clear for now. How many were there? I saw 4 in the camp, but there were too much baggage for just the 4 of them. I think they must be 6 or 7. What colors did they wear? All sorts. Nothing that identifies them as a fighting unit. Thank you for your report. I will deal with it later. Upwards, but her tone remains polite. Let's hear, and I will keep an eye on them. I'll let you know if anything changes. Checks the knife in her belt, and she turns on the spot and strides away towards the forest. I have one more conversation to have with you. Is there anything I can do for you? How goes the hunt? Deer is scarcer than usual, and a usual account of wolves. But on the other hand, I can't loose an arrow without hitting a grouse this season, so I'm not complaining. Things will get more difficult in the spring when Katil leaves with you. We'll have to work a little harder, Walker and I. Is anything I do to make it easier? Have you talked to your uncle about the wolves? I think he was planning to do something about them. The wolves were gone. And the deer came back. That would put us in a good spot. She seems like she's a pretty good hunter. I've been thinking about getting some construction started. Conveniently, have been sitting on our hands for too long. If people like Skull think they can bring us down with petty sneak attacks, I think it's time to decide what to do about the space in front of the longhouse. Lockder and I would love to have a decent market close to home where we can sell our pelts and meats. On the other hand, it's been sort of useful as a meeting place in the past. Perhaps it could be turned into a lance mood of our own. It would certainly send a good signal to our outlying families. I think a market would be better, and it definitely more convenient for the village. What else would I talk about improving the village? Thorfinn would be the most important voice to hear in this matter, I say. I'm sure he has some ideas. Would you now? She shifts her weight uneasily. Would you now? I am honored by your offer, but I won't make the same mistake my mother did. She thought she could be a shield maiden and still have a family, but she was wrong. A woman must choose. I've made my decision. I haven't told anyone else this, but Lochter and I are trying for a child. Have been for some time now. I'm staying home to build a family. Alright, good for you. No more conversations? We done talking? Should we talk to this guy again? Okay. Yeah, we need to go to Ribe now. But guys, that is all the time for this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment and a like. And if you want to see more of this game, make sure you guys click the subscribe and notification button so you know when I upload the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.